Khalistani leader Amritpal's great escape from Mercedes to Maruti to motorcycle. High Court slams the police, says what were 80,000 cops doing? Punjab police suspect Amritpal Singh changed appearance multiple times. In fact, Punjab police share Amritpal's many looks. BRS leader K. Kavita questioned for the third time by the Enforcement Directorate. Kavita leaves the office after 10 hours of questioning on day 2. Kavita shows mobile phones to counter Enforcement Directorate claims. Rahul Gandhi writes to Lok Sabha Speaker, let me respond to defamatory claims made against him by union ministers as the impasse in Parliament continues. Crucial hearing in the US hush money case. Money given to allegedly hush Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels' relationship. Hello, I'm Sneha Koshi, and the top story that we are bringing you, BRS leader K. Kavita, who's also the daughter of KCR, the Telangana Chief Minister, has walked out of the Enforcement Directorate's office after over 10 hours of questioning on day 2. There's no arrest which has happened even as she's being questioned in regard to the Delhi liquor scam. I'm being joined by my colleague Arvind Gunashekar. Arvind, give us the details.
Sneha, on the second consecutive day, BRS leader Kavita was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate for over 10 hours. So in the last 2 days, Kavita has been questioned for almost 20 hours by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with this Delhi liquor policy money laundering investigation. So after questioning her for over 10 hours yesterday, the agency had again summoned her for today, and she promptly appeared before the agency officials at around 11:30 a.m. Today, she was asked to submit all the mobile phones that she used in the last 1 year. Earlier, the Enforcement Directorate had alerts that Kavita had changed almost 10 phones in a span of 8 months, and then that's why they said that all the phones that were used by Kavita were destroyed. That shows an indulgence of a destruction of evidence on the part of Kavita. That was the allegation charge that the Enforcement Directorate had leveled against Kavita. But today, Kavita, before appearing before the Enforcement Directorate officials, addressing media, where she displayed all the 8 phones that she used in the last 8 months. And then she wrote a letter to the Enforcement Directorate saying that she is submitting all the phones that she used in the last 8 months before the Enforcement Directorate. And she also questioned the conduct of the Enforcement Directorate, saying that without even asking her for the phones, how could the Enforcement Directorate charge her, saying that she destroyed all the phones? So that seems to be the counter charge by the Kavita before heading to the Enforcement Directorate office. So after 10 hours of questioning today, also she has just let out, and sources say that according to our sources that Kavita has still not cooperated with the investigation, but the agency sources are hopeful that they will get to the bottom of the case.
Right, Arvind. Thank you for those details. And to the other big story that we are very closely tracking, as Khalistani leader Amritpal Singh remains missing for a 4th day, NDTV has now accessed exclusive footage which actually shows how he made his great escape. From a Mercedes to Maruti to motorcycle. He also changed his clothes during the escape. In fact, suspecting that the radical preacher may have changed his look, the police have released a series of pictures of different looks of Amritpal from his clean-shaven days till now.
देखो, सब तो पहला तो मैं दसना चाहना कि पंजाब के विच जिहड़ी स्थिति है बिल्कुल स्टेबल है, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पूरी तरह मेनटेन्ड है, सारे पासे सुख शांति है। तो जो भी काम किया जाएगा, किसी नूं किसी तरह की इलीगल अरेस्ट च ना रखा गया ना रखा जाएगा। इस केस दे विच एक बहुत वड्डी अहम सफलता पंजाब पुलिस दे हत्थ लगी है कि जिहड़ी ब्रेजा कार दे विच अमरितपाल सिंह उत्थों दौड़िया सीगा मौके तो वो ब्रेजा कार रिकवर हुई है। जिहड़े 4 बंदियां ने भज्जण दे विच मदद कीती सीगी, वो 4 अक्यूज़ड दे विच अरेस्ट कीते। टोटल 153 बंदे ने जिहड़े अरेस्ट हो चुके हैं। अमरितपाल सिंह के खिलाफ NSA एक्ट, जिदा तुहानूं पता है NSA एक्ट लगाया जा चुका वा।
On 18th, when Punjab police wanted to arrest, when Punjab police launched this operation Amritpal, that day Amritpal started from his house on a Mercedes car. In his travel kit, there were total 4 cars, 2 Endeavours, Mercedes and then Isuzu car. Amritpal was chased by Punjab police through Moga, and then when Amritpal reached Jalandhar rural area, from the same area where police caught 7 of his associates and 2 Endeavour cars, in that area, Amritpal changed his car around near Shahkot area of Jalandhar rural. He changed his car. He called his associate to get a car. That car was Brezza. Amritpal got out of the car and Amritpal disposed his phone at Shahkot, so he cannot be tracked. In Maruti Brezza car he sat, he changed his clothes. He was wearing a blue turban, he changed his turban, blue turban to pink turban. He was wearing a religious chola, he changed that chola, wore a pant shirt and a jacket, tied a shawl also around him, and when he was traveling in that, when he was running in fact in that Brezza car, he was not sitting at front. He was sitting at the back corner left, so he doesn't get caught in CCTV footage. And then in Jalandhar rural somewhere, he called his associates, called other associates. They were already waiting with 2 motorbikes. Amritpal gets out of the Brezza car. He sat on a Platina motorcycle. His associate is driving. His attire is totally changed. We have that picture also. He is wearing a sunglass. He's wearing a Adidas jacket, shirt, pant, and his beard is that long. He has folded his beard. So that shows the criminal mindset. He is not a saint, because he was painting that picture as a saint. He is here for the Sikh religion. But the way he is hiding, the way he is running, which clearly shows that he is a criminal and he has that mindset, how to escape police. Criminals do that. And according to my sources in Punjab police is also saying that he might have changed more attires. That is why they are now banking upon their local intelligence unit to get hold of Amritpal.
CCTV footage of a Brezza. Inside, Punjab's most wanted man, Amritpal. This footage from a toll booth near Jalandhar. When Amritpal left home, it was in a Mercedes. But with the police hot on his heels, he swapped horses midstream, opting for a low-profile Brezza belonging to an acquaintance. The Mercedes abandoned at Jalandhar's Shahkot.
To escape from the police, Amritpal changed his attire along with cars, Mercedes to Brezza and then to 2 motorcycles. He removed his religious chola he wears. He wore a pant shirt, a jacket. He's wearing a sunglass. He even changed his turban as well. He removed his blue turban and wore his pink turban. To escape from police, he folded his beard as well.
And then another change in plan. To make a quick getaway, according to the police, Amritpal even abandoned the Brezza and made his escape on a motorbike, as seen in this exclusive footage sourced by NDTV, hitting country roads and dirt tracks with the help of 5 accomplices. The manhunt for Amritpal has left Punjab police red-faced. A habeas corpus petition filed in the High Court had the court asking the police some tough questions. How have the police been unable to catch Amritpal despite having a force of 80,000 men? It has been an intelligence failure, observed the court, and asked the police to give them a status report. Internet services are now being resumed in Punjab, even as the police carries out a flag march in every district. The Chief Minister has appealed for peace and asked people not to believe rumours.
Punjab is totally peaceful. Amritpal is at large. Police is behind him. But the way he is escaping from police, his planning, changing his attire, folding his beard, shows his criminal mindset. He is not a saint. And Punjab police is also appealing that Punjab is peaceful. Come to Punjab for business. Come to Punjab for pilgrimage. Don't make any preconceived notion in your mind about Punjab. There is no Khalistani movement. People are peaceful, and as Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, they are living together peacefully. In Jalandhar, Punjab, With Sanjay Kaushik, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
And several Indian diaspora groups marched in solidarity as part of We Stand By the High Commission of India in London, demonstrating outside the India House. This comes after protests on Sunday where the Indian flag was pulled down and the High Commission vandalized by Khalistan sympathizers protesting against the police crackdown on separatist Amritpal Singh. And in the parliament today, the impasse seemed to continue despite an all-party meeting called by the Speaker to find a solution to the deadlock. Meanwhile, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi again wrote to the Lok Sabha Speaker requesting permission to respond to totally baseless and unfair charges hurled at him by senior ministers in the Lok Sabha.
A face-to-face meeting called by the Speaker between the government and the opposition failed to break the deadlock in the parliament. The ruling BJP has demanded that Rahul Gandhi apologize for his remarks made abroad, which it says denigrates India, and its MPs have stalled the parliament over this. The opposition accuses the government of deflecting from their main demand, an inquiry into the Adani Hindenburg row, with the Congress particularly demanding a joint parliamentary probe.
हमारी तरफ से ये भी मांग किए गए कि हिंडनबर्ग रिसर्च के मुद्दे पे सदन पे चर्चा हो और जरूरत पड़े तो जेपीसी को बुलाओ। जेपीसी पहले भी गठित हुई थी, इसका कोई नाजायज चीज नहीं है कि हम जो नहीं कभी हुई वो मांग रहे हैं। ये तो लगता है भी पीयूष गोयल साहब की या तो याददाश्त खो बैठे या अजनबी बन के ढोंग कर रहे हैं।
राज्यसभा के माननीय अध्यक्ष चेयरमैन साहब ने सर्वदलीय बैठक बुलाई थी। बहुत दुर्भाग्य है कि कुछ प्रमुख विपक्षी दलों ने उसका बॉयकॉट किया, उसमें सहभागी नहीं हुए और जो माननीय चेयरमैन ने कोशिश की कि समाधान किया जाए और सदन ठीक से चलाने के लिए सभी लोग मिलकर कुछ फैसला करें, उनका भी अपमान फिर एक बार आज विपक्षी दलों ने किया।
Rahul Gandhi, who has rejected the BJP's charge of denigrating India, today wrote to the Speaker, citing rules under which he should be permitted to explain himself on the floor of the House, alleging that members of the ruling party have made scurrilous charges against him. It's the 7th day straight that no business was conducted in either house of the Parliament, and the Parliament was told twice over. From Rahul Gandhi Maafi Mango to we want a JPC in the Adani Hindenburg case, both sides in the parliament are rigid on their own stand and refusing to budge. And in all of this, the casualty is the legislative business that continued to be stalled today for a 7th straight day. With Bureau Inputs in New Delhi, Megha Prasad for NDTV.
And in a major setback for the CBI and India's efforts to get fugitive businessman Mehul Choksi back, the Interpol withdrew the red corner notice against him. The CBI has said it is using all available options within the Interpol for the restoration of the red corner notice against fugitive diamond merchant Choksi is wanted in rupees 13,000 crore bank fraud which happened in Punjab National Bank. The opposition has hit out over this development. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge tweeted ED CBI for opposition leaders, but release from Interpol for our Mehul Bhai of Modi ji, and even our leader hit out.
मुझे बताते हुए बहुत दुख है कि केंद्र में बैठी सरकार, जिसकी ईडी सीबीआई रोजाना विपक्ष के नेताओं को पकड़ने में तो अपनी सक्रियता दिखाती है, वो मेहुल चोकसी के खिलाफ सबूत इकट्ठा करके इंटरपोल को नहीं सौंप पाई, क्योंकि भारत सरकार ने मेहुल चोकसी के खिलाफ एक मजबूत केस इंटरपोल को नहीं सौंपा। उसके चलते इंटरपोल ने रेड कॉर्नर नोटिस जो मेहुल चोकसी के खिलाफ जारी किया गया था उसे रद्द कर दिया।
And there was a controversy over the Delhi budget with the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi claiming the centre had stalled it. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal even wrote to the Prime Minister to complain. Later in the day, the Home Ministry cleared the budget, after which the Chief Minister addressed the Assembly, claiming the allegation that the budget had a higher allocation for advertisement and relatively low funding for infrastructure was false, an allegation made by sources close to the Lieutenant Governor.
दिल्ली के लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर जो हैं वो केवल ठप्पा लगाएंगे 3 सब्जेक्ट्स छोड़ के, बाकी सारी चीजों पे उनको बस ठप्पा लगाना है। वो अपनी ऑब्जर्वेशन भी नहीं दे सकते, ऑब्जेक्शन भी नहीं दे सकते, वो फाइल पे कुछ नहीं लिख सकते। उनको फाइल पे लिखने का अधिकार नहीं है। अगर वो फाइल पे कुछ लिखते हैं तो वो संविधान के खिलाफ है। अगर वो फाइल पे लिखते हैं तो वो इस मंदिर का, ये जनतंत्र का जो मंदिर है, इसका अपमान है, इस पूरे हाउस का अपमान है। कुछ कहना है तो ये हाउस कहेगा। ये हाउस किस लिए बैठा है? ये जितने लोग हैं, चाहे ये बीजेपी के हैं, कांग्रेस के हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी, इनको जनता ने चुन के भेजा, फिर ये किस लिए चुने गए हैं? अगर एलजी ने ही दिल्ली चलानी थी तो।
For now, let's quickly slip into a short break.
जितना आप सोच सको उससे भी फास्ट है। Let's go plus। एक्चुअली जितना सोच नहीं सकते उससे भी प्लस सिर्फ आपके लिए नहीं, एनवायरनमेंट के लिए भी बेहतर है। प्लस ये टेक्नोलॉजी हर 5G स्मार्टफोन के लिए बना है। Really? Hold on, ये है क्या? एयरटेल 5G प्लस। तो कोई भी 5G क्यों?
20 years since we started, this music has been with you, playing in your homes, at work, and in your car. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Calling all music buffs from across India to let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track for the world to hear. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv to access the original track. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for 2 to the luxurious Alila Fort, Bishangarh, Rajasthan. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebrations.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया।
So let us begin the big fight.
20 years since we started, this music has been with you. Now, we want you to share your version of it. Let your inner artists out by creating an incredible remix of the NDTV signature track. Log on to ndtv.com/bestofndtv. Get inspired and submit your rendition. One winner gets an all-expense paid holiday for 2. NDTV 24/7. 20th year celebration.
In a deeply polarized world, where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m.
Welcome back. And Chinese President Xi Jinping is in Russia on a 3-day trip. And Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, has said he is considering his plan to resolve the war in Ukraine. And remember, all of this is coming even as China is trying to position itself as an international leader, something that US is very strongly countering. Nayantara reports.
Мы внимательно ознакомились с вашими предложениями по урегулированию.
Russian President Vladimir Putin agrees to discuss China's plan for resolving the Ukraine war. This amid Chinese President Xi Jinping's 3-day visit to Moscow. But what is China's plan? Well, Xi released a 12-point plan back in February that aims to settle the crisis in Ukraine. One that encourages de-escalation, ceasing hostilities and resuming peace talks. Additionally, it condemns unilateral sanctions, which is presumably a jibe at the West for allying with Ukraine. But the USA has lashed out at China, saying that nowhere in this plan is it specifically mentioned that Russia must withdraw from the regions it has occupied in Ukraine.
The fundamental element of any plan for ending the war in Ukraine and producing a just and durable peace must be upholding the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine in accordance with the United Nations Charter. Any plan that does not prioritize this critical principle is a stalling tactic at best, or is merely seeking to facilitate an unjust outcome.
Meanwhile, Putin flaunts Xi's presence in Russia, calling the two nations' ties a no-limit friendship and commenting ahead of the visit in a Chinese newspaper that the ties between the two nations will not be weakened by an aggressive US policy, perhaps adding fuel to the West's fear of China's support for Russia translating to military aid. Nayantara Singh for NDTV.
And there are tremors which have been felt right now in Delhi. We are yet to get details on where is the epicenter at this point. But these are the shots from inside our studios where the lights also, you can see they are shaking. In fact, for the past few minutes, there have been tremors which have been felt in this studio. So tremors being reported in Delhi, as we speak, the impact visible even right now as the lights can be seen shaking. It's the tremors felt at least for the last 2 minutes. We'll have to see and try and get you more details. Those are the visuals that you can see pretty clear how the tremors, how the lights are moving. So right now we don't really have much, detail at this point, but there are tremors which have been felt. In fact, my colleague Saurabh Shukla, who is in Jalandhar, has been saying that the tremors were also felt in Jalandhar. As we speak at 10:22 p.m., the tremors have been felt. Reports coming in from several parts across Delhi as we speak. People living in several parts have felt the tremor. My colleague in Jalandhar has felt. In fact, there are reports coming in from Kashmir where my colleague Nazir Masoodi has confirmed that there was an earthquake tremor which was felt even in Kashmir. So these are reports which are emerging from different parts of India. We have confirmation from Jalandhar, Delhi, as well as Kashmir, where these tremors were felt. In fact, while I was anchoring in studio for almost 2 minutes, we could feel the tremors, and it did not seem as if it was just one tremor, because after an interval, you again had the movements of the lights on the ceiling. So these are reports coming in. Right now, we have confirmation from Delhi, Jalandhar, different parts of Delhi, different parts of Jalandhar, as well as Kashmir, where these tremors have been felt. Seems to be something that had a very strong impact and a very wide impact across India at this point is what we can say, but further details are still awaited. These are the images that you can see from the studio. In fact, those are the images that you can see just about few minutes ago when these tremors were first felt. That's the lights. Those are the lights that you can see, the movement that you can see in the lights. The tremors first felt around 10:20, and confirmations coming in from Delhi, Jalandhar as well as Kashmir. These tremors did last for a few minutes. It did not appear to be just one tremor. In fact, the impact of how the movements just seem to have increased was after a break or a subsidence in between. So there seemed to be more than one tremor, the impact of which was felt. My colleagues in Jalandhar and Kashmir also confirming that even they felt the tremors. We still don't have a clarification or a confirmation on where the epicenter was, but around 10:20 when the first tremors seem to have been felt in the national capital in Delhi. We have images right now coming on, getting images where residents have rushed out of their houses. Some residents, of course, seen even carrying their infants and their babies wrapped in the blankets as they felt the tremors. So definitely the impact of the tremors not very localized in this particular case. We have got multiple confirmations from different parts of India that these tremors were felt. And these are the visuals that you can see. These visuals are from Mayur Vihar in the national capital. And you can see people rushing out of their homes, carrying their children wrapped in blankets as they would have felt the tremors. The tremors felt around 10:20 in the night. As we were reporting the news, those are the visuals that you can see from the studio where the lights could be seen swaying. The tremors did last for a few minutes. And there's another visuals that's come in from Jamia Nagar in Okhla, New Delhi. And if our team can just take it on air right now. These are the visuals from, again, another part of the national capital where the impact is seen. We'll get more information as more details emerge, particularly of where the epicenter of this earthquake could have been. For now, tremors felt in different parts of India, from Delhi to Punjab to Kashmir, are some of the states where we have the confirmations from. For now, let's quickly slip into a short break.